What's up, guys? It has been a while since we had any content out, so we decided to do something a little different here during the off season. Different for me, not so much for Chase. It's kind of out of my realm, but yesterday we set a few beaver sets here. If you've seen the whitetail video, you'll recognize the beautiful lake behind us. But this is kind of Chase's area, so I'll kind of let him explain what he did, you know, what baits he used, what traps he used, and yeah. Go ahead.
So beaver trapping is something I like to come out and do every spring once the weather breaks. As you can see, I mean, behind us is a beautiful piece of property. It's a smaller lake. We actually seen a beaver swimming one night after coming out for archery season, so that piqued my interest. So we came back yesterday looking around and actually found a nice size hut that's on this lake and a couple crossovers and slides as well. So we ended up setting one 330 Conibear here on a crossover set, and we're gonna go back right now and check it out and see what we got.
Yeah?
Yes.
Good one?
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a real good one.
Oh, nice. Perfect.
That's awesome.
All right, guys, as you can see, we had some success. Nice beaver. I'm gonna let Chase take over and show you how he does his thing.
So now pretty much what we're gonna go through is the setting process. I'll show you guys how I do it. Everybody does it differently, but as you can see right here, coming from this big lake, there's a crossover that goes down into a little pond below us, and the only reason they really go down there is to feed. So I wanted my trap on this side, on the lake side, and so when they come in, they'll get caught right here, right at the entrance. As you guys can see, they got this little wallow coming through here from traveling through here so many times. What I got right here is a pair of Conibear 330 setters. Unless you have unbelievably strong hands, you'll never get this together. So on these 330s, they come with a safety, and all that is a little pin that slides over and it hooks on the metal. So then when you let it go, you don't got to worry about it, the trap snapping it. That's a big one. That's real big. Wow.
Wow.
Dude, that might be close.
Yeah, biggest one ever?
That might be close. My biggest is 56. That's gonna be close. So, now that we have the trap locked, just pinch these together. Make sure your safeties are on. Get your trigger. You flip the mechanism over. Set that just like that. I like to actually bend my springs. Some guys leave them straight down. I like to bend my strings a little outwards just so they look more realistic, like sticks or just debris that the beaver got to come through and run over. But another thing I also like to do, and everybody's different like I said, so teach your own, but I flip mine over like this, so when they come into the set, they feel like they can just push the trigger over like it's a stick that they're going through. It's more unnatural if the triggers are up and coming from the top of the metal. So then what I'll do is take my safeties and release them. So now the trap is ready to fire. So what I'll do, I'll put it down in the water like that, The water actually dropped a little bit in this lake last night. As long as you're most of the way submerged, you're legal in Pennsylvania. So once I have that done, I'll take a stick, just using it as a stabilizer. I always do one on each side. Then I'll take a little bit of this grass, just to camo the sides of it. It don't gotta be nothing fancy. Beavers don't really care that much. So what I did yesterday actually is I took a bunch of these sticks that are already, well, this would be considered log. I took these logs that are already been chewed. So obviously they're a lighter color. And what I did was stick them out front of this entrance, just so if the beavers come along, you know, they travel this route every night, just checking on everything and feeding. And when they see two logs that have already been chewed sticking up, it looks a little out of the ordinary for them, so they'll come over out of interest. And then this is where beaver caster comes along. What I do is every beaver I catch, I put it in a jar, mix it up with water just so it goes a little longer. So what I'll do is I took this stick yesterday and I pointed it out toward the trap and just dump a little of that caster on there. And what he'll do at 3:30 is the only entrance he has to come in here, because he's going to want to smell this and figure out who was on his territory, and that's a done deal.